is running home. Eyes ahead, the prize is near. Through this life we'll persevere. Let's run this race, don't turn away. Fix your eyes on the Lord today. Through every day and every space, let's run this race. Let's run this race. Let's run this race.
Alright guys, we're here at the Daily Downfalls. Got a few things we need to check out, but also got some cool new looks at the career mode thanks to Jeff Favignano. So we're going to take a look at that video. We're not going to watch all of it. We're not going to listen to it. If you guys want to watch it in full, please go check out his channel. We're just going to look at a few segments of the video very quickly. We're not going to listen to the audio. We're not going to dwell on every single piece that he did, because go watch his video. It's really, really good. But I just want to comment on a few things that I saw on it, but we'll get to that a little bit later here in the video. So let's talk about... Alright, so NASCAR Matt Lewis did confirm that for the first installation of NASCAR 25, check out this article, it's really, really good, but he confirmed that you will not be able to drive the different tracks in quick race or in championship mode. So basically the tracks that are locked in per series, so they're not going to crisscross. You can't just go race an ARCA car at this track and you can't go race a cup car, one of the ARCA tracks. You can't do that. You can't crisscross that. So that's not going to be available. Now they did say that they would like to be able to do that in future games, so it sounds like that's something that they're going to work on, which would be cool, but it is locked out. What they did note is that there's a few different races like Portland International and others where they've replaced those with like North Wilkesboro Speedway, Richmond Raceway, and for like the Xfinity Series they replaced Portland with Michigan International. So a few different tracks have been supplemented into the career mode, have been supplemented into the season mode, so that you can still have about the same number of tracks, but it's going to be different tracks that are in the game. So those are available, so otherwise you wouldn't be able to race those, obviously. But because they have those and they didn't have all the other tracks, they added those in to help flesh out the seasons. Portland, that was a really, really cool track. I like that. Portland International, that is a cool track. Definitely needs to update from all things I've heard, their technology. But other than that, sounds like it's a really cool track, and from watching it on online and stuff, it looks like a fun track. So anyways, tracks are locked to the specific series with which they're in, minus a few exceptions where they had to add in a few different tracks that might otherwise not have been available for those particular series. Then we got some different look here at the social media. Obviously you got Jeff Gluck talking about it, but you got the social media page, which is pretty cool to look at. It's got a bunch of text and stuff that they decided to put out there, but still a cool look at social media, and I think that's going to be also in the Jeff Favignano video. We'll take a look at that real quick just to see what that looked like, but still a nice look at the nice clean page. The page looks really nice and clean, so that is pretty cool. Alrighty, so here we go, Jeff Favignano's video. I would encourage you guys to go check this out. Definitely really, really cool. But we're going to skip ahead here and see if we can't take a look at a few different things inside of the career mode. So here we go, we get our nice little look inside the career headquarters. We're looking at our series right here. So we got series, reputation, achievements, lifetime, finances, and customize. So this looks really cool. Nice, beautiful looking race car right here. The environment menu, they did such a good job. Also, we can see the truck right here. Ooh, so can we cycle? So, oh yeah, so that's crap. Yeah, so we can cycle in between the cars sitting here on these little platforms. That's cool. Also, beautiful looking shop. The shop looks absolutely excellent. Let's see here. I want to see, there was something that he was showing here, which is pretty cool. Let's see, go to right about here. Here we go. So this is our ARCA Menards look here. We got a nice little look. Got a nice little barn back here. We got our body damage, all those stats right there. We got 61. I forget what that necessarily was, but the rating of the car for the parts and stuff. So that dictates what condition your car is in, how easy it's going to be to repair, how much damage it's going to get. So that's part of that. Here we have the reputation, which is important to improve your reputation out on the track by racing cleanly and efficiently. A good reputation point leads to new sponsorships and more money, and so having a reputation really important. So you can see right here we can have our nice little menu here: series, reputation, customize, race shop, or go racing. You can see that right there, which is pretty cool. Then we go to here. Basically we're looking at screenshots. That's what we're doing here. So we got a little bit more on the reputation right here. To unlock the Cup Series, you need 230,000 reputation points. I don't know if you can lose those. I didn't see anything where that happens. I'm going to assume that you can, but I didn't see anything specifically about that. Once again, series, reputation, achievements, lifetime, finances, and customize, so they can cycle through all of that. I believe we have lifetime right here, so you can see all of the stats. I'm going to assume that these stats hopefully update compared to NASCAR 21 Ignition, where these stats did all kinds of jumbled messes. It looks like, from what I understand, these should update with what actually happens in game, as far as I know. So you can see championships, wins, top 5s, top 10s, average start, average finish, and polls. And this showing 51st Xfinity Series. I'm not seeing like event sorting, focus on player settings, exit career. I don't see anything on like per season here. There we go. Craftsman series, so that's the top series races, 25 wins, 25 top 5s, 25 top 10s of one title. So he had a very good season with Craftsman trucks in that one. Top track was Bristol, 4 races. You can see all of that's all identical. Overall achievements, you can see right here. Do we have seasons? Yeah, 3 seasons right here. So you will be able to see all of that, and then settings, and look at all that. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if we can move up. Ooh, here we go. So here we go. We got our finances. This is pretty cool. One thing that I will point out: expenses. I don't see any expenses. So I'm going to hope that that gets updated, but as I said, I have not seen any expenses yet, so that's interesting. So you got your overall, what you're making from the race team, winnings, sponsor payout, incentive payout, practice and qualify payout, agent bonus, etc. Down here we have staff expenses, part expenses, and lifetime profits. And so that goes all the way across as the same. So that's pretty cool to see. Let's see if we move a little further here. We got customized paint kit, team logo, driver. So you can customize your driver. You can change your team logo and change your paint kit. Seems like he showed it here. Here we go. So you can team color. You can change all of this. We got our semi in the background. We got our pit box. We got our sponsors, so we can adjust all of that. You also, with the career mode, obviously with quick race and season mode, I'm going to assume as well, or championship mode, you can adjust the different paint schemes similar to NASCAR Heat 5. Also, by the way, look at this beautifulness. The graphics look awesome in just this little screenshot right here. Really cool. Actually, let's play it a little bit. Yeah, you see everybody's animated in the screen too, so that's pretty cool. So let's go back just a little bit. So team, car design, driver suit, helmet. So here we go. So you can adjust your team, which will include like your pit box, your hauler, and your actual pit. So like, what are those things called? Those little rolled around boxes. I always call them pit boxes, but technically this over here is the pit box. I don't know. If anybody remembers what those are called, remind me. I just always call them pit boxes because they typically are going to and fro to the box. So that's what I call them. But anyways, those cool little things. Love watching those things run around. Those things are awesome. But anyways, you can see all the different adjustments: team, car design, driver suit, and helmet design. So all 4 of those things are customizable. So I see myself getting lost in this page alone for several hours. So yeah, when I go into this, I'll see you in a few days, basically, is what's going to happen with that, more than likely, because I'm going to disappear. That's how that's going to work. One thing I am going to note, so obviously you have the team logo right here. You have the team logo right over there. Team logo over here. I don't see a team logo anywhere on the car. That's just a little nitpick. I would like to see my little logo right there. Also, I think he does show how many logos you have further down. Oh yeah, and so you can see the different sponsors and stuff that you can switch up right there, and that shows you all of that right there. So that's nice to see. Nice little look into this here. Then we got the car customization. I thought there was something else here where you could change the logo. I thought he went into that, but maybe not. But lots of different styles and sections that you can adjust. So you have primary, secondary, accent. You can also copy that to be the team colors, so that looks really cool. Also camouflage, we've seen that, or the digital camo, we've seen that with other monster games before, so that looks awesome to have. We got style shapes, so we can have custom shapes. It didn't really look into what all had there. There's supposed to be a video coming up, haven't seen it. You can switch contingency sponsors on and off. Obviously leave them on, because hey, I want Lincoln Welders on my car, I want Harley MSD, I want the good stuff, I want the good guys helping me out. So I wish that would actually allow you to get a little bit more money in the career mode by switching that on and off, but I digress upon that one. We got shapes, decals, numbers, and color decals. Let's see here, we got also nice color palette right here. We can customize the rims, hallelujah, that's cool. Keep going here we go, shapes, and so there's multiple sides and stuff that you can go through, hood, front, and then you can go back across that, and these are the decals right here. So he shows a little bit of this. We can also add decals, so we could have one sponsor here, we could just add a ton of decals, so you can see the different corporate decals we got there from sponsors, which is pretty cool. Keep going here, we got our numbers, so we can change that up, and I think we can change the individual numbers as well from what I understood. So let this keep playing here a little bit. Do we have team colors? Yeah, so here we go. So this can change the colors of the Chevrolet logo, or basically your branding logo for the car that you're racing, or Goodyear. So this can change it up so it looks better with the paint scheme. So that's nice. That's a nice little feature to have, so it's not always yellow. So that is a nice little tidbit on there. So that is like really cool. And also, once again, beautiful shot as we go back here. Let him cycle through there, but a bunch of different changes up on there, and then it goes back to the big wide open paint scheme here in just a minute. Beautifulness, love it. All right, so here we go. We got the driver's suit, we got primary, secondary, accents, all of that. We got shapes, decals, and numbers, and color decals. All of that can be adjusted. Yeah, so we see we don't have our team logo on our fire suit either. That's interesting. I wonder if we can add that later on. Interesting. But anyways, little things I'm noticing. You would typically have your team logo on the fire suit. So anyways, I digress upon that. We're nitpicking on little tiny things, but for the most part the customization looks really good. But we still have to nitpick on a few things, and that's like typical. Also, the pixelation on the Xfinity Series logo there was not the best. Go back to this here. Let's spin around here in just a second. Yeah, that's pretty pixelated right there. Anyways, digressing upon those matters, keep looking. We got a bunch of different helmet customizations, so that's neat. Keep going here. So we're not doing any faces, which is interesting. Go back to this shot right here. Beautifulness. Looking at the shop from the side here, we got the cars getting prepped. We got the next race coming up. Also, we got the Hollow sitting right there, so that's really cool. It makes you feel alive, and also nice little monster cameo right here. That looks really good. But we got our urgent tasks at the home race shop. We got our garage, parts store, and office. We also got schedule and standings, which is really neat. See if we can move on here. Here we go. We got our standings. We got Thomas Azanata doing 14th in the points. Okay, good for him. Good for him. Christian Eckes, Jeff Faviano was 15th at the time, and you can see kind of where the cut line and all that is. So round to 12 cut lines. That's pretty cool. You can also scroll through your seasons there as well in this thing also. But also you can see up here, season 3, 15th place. So you got all the relevant info right up here. It's really clean. It looks really clean. So I do like that. Race winner. I think that just helps you know if you want to race or not. Yeah. So that's what that is. It just explains to you what that means. Okay. And then you got the points and stuff up here. R&D points. So no RD points. I'm thinking that's R&D points. I'm not sure. That's what it looks like. And then obviously you got rep points right here. WP. Those are your work points for the shop. And then you got your cashy. So that's pretty cool. Alrighty, here we go. So another look at that. That looks really, really good. And then we get this look right here, which is also pretty cool. We get to look at how our cars are already prepped and stuff, so that looks really, really neat. Also, I just saw that there is a NASCAR 25 video that just dropped, so we'll have to go and look at that here in a bit and react to that. But looky right here, so body, chassis, engine, 160 is currently the max that Jeff Favignano was able to set up, so that's pretty cool. But you see how all the cars are getting prepped and stuff ahead of time, and so you got all the cars on the line kind of cycling through, so you always getting them prepped, so that's pretty cool. Not necessarily, so a lot different from NASCAR Heat 5, where you had a specific chassis that had to be worked on, at least as far as I could tell from this. Then you can see, well, obviously all like level 1 stuff, so obviously could use an upgrade on that, but still pretty cool look inside of the shop there. And then moving on over here, we can see a little look here inside of the ARCA garage. Looks really good, and you can see the body right there, the way it's going, and then upgrade your car options there as well. See if there's anything more here. We got performance rating, so that's the piece. So each part of your car adds its current performance rating to the car it is in. The higher the P, the better your car will be. Correct. Damaged parts will have a lower P and will need to be repaired if you want to get the most out of them. So in other words, more upgraded parts means your car has better performance. Also, it means potentially you might not have to repair the cars as much if you have a higher P potentially. So if you have just one car that's not going to be fully prepped and it's a race that you're going to be bad at, you could potentially use that. That's just theorizing. That's kind of what we've seen with NASCAR Heat 5 in the past, so I'm going to assume that that's what it is, but still a nice look at that there. Then we get a look at the upgrade page here. So we got our parts store, body, chassis, engine, and suspension. We also got the costs and stuff. You also see all these wrenches. I do not know what that means, but they are there, and you got level 1, level 2 stuff that is available. So that's pretty interesting to see. So let this keep on playing. You can cycle through. Everything looks about the same either way you look at it. And then you see uninstalled inventory. You see that all nice and empty, but you come in there and see what all you got. New, used, worn, etc. Got the office. Nice little look here. And so we got our overview, staff, and sponsors. We got all of our season net earnings so far, so all that's there. Still no staff expenses, so that will be interesting to see if expenses actually show up. And then we look directly in front of us. We see our beautiful, beautiful keyboard. We have our cup of coffee. We have our wireless mouse. We have our keyboard. We have our cup that's holding all our pins. We have our shop vac. We need a shop vac, absolutely. We also got this right over here, which is apparently showing the Charlotte Roval. That's what it looks like to me. That's pretty interesting on the little board over there. We also got a car body right here, which happens to look like a 4th gen cup car. If I look at that correctly, that looks like a Bobby Labonte body that's on a car. That's pretty interesting. Anyways, it's sitting right there. Then we look over here and we can look out into our shop. We got our 2 employees that we're arguing with because, well, apparently they didn't like the coffee that we made this morning, and so we got to argue with them about that. But then we also got our cars right here getting worked on, and we got our other employees there working as well. We also got our current sponsors, so $18,000 per race. That's how much we're making. And then we can get our sponsor incentive, no incentive selected yet. And he showed us a little bit on that, which is pretty cool. So keep moving here just a little bit. Got ourselves still talking. We got our staff here. We got some people we can hire, and that helps our different bonuses and stuff to be able to help us with parts. We also got our sponsors right here, and so this we can. Let's see if we switch back a little bit. There we go. And then so basically NASCAR Heat 5, easy, normal, hard. You can select what incentive you want to try and race for, so you can get a better payout at the end of the incentive period. So that's good to see. We can work with him, and he can set up our cars the way that we need it to be done. So we can let him do those choices, let him manage that, or we can go in and customize it and manage it ourselves, which is nice. So that's a nice option to be able to do. So let's keep on moving here. Then we got a look at Phoenix, which is pretty cool. Some nice looks there. Car on the grid. Yeah, so finished 33rd. There's the end screen. Very, very nice looking end screen. Looks awesome, nice and clean. Very, very good. And then we got the driver assessment. We got all of our reps that we can earn. So all of these fields we kind of want to fill up with some stuff so that we can actually earn some more points. So that's kind of important. Also, nice look at the tracks once again here. And then we get the social media that we actually get to read. We get the long road visited at Phoenix. So NASCAR Xfinity Series official. They kind of give us the overall what happened at the race. And then we got all the different drivers and all social media members that are going to comment upon our wonderfulness out on track. And also you can see we can customize our name. So our name will be added in. So it's not just going to be driver or this new guy or rookie. It's actually going to be the name that we can put in, which is cool. So that's nice to see. We can see right here after race, post-race car stats, we can see all of this stuff show up and shows us how much damage and stuff we're going to have to work on. And he was able to upgrade in between the races, get an upgrade on there to get 300p. So that's really, really cool. And then one thing I did hear that he said that you don't have unlimited numbers. So that means you are limited on what numbers you can use in the series. So if a certain number is gone, you can't use that, which honestly makes sense because it's weird having double numbers running around on the track. But anyway, so you are limited to the numbers that are actually available and not being able to make a replica cars, so to speak, of somebody else that's running down track. So it's only certain numbers available per series that you get to use. So a little annoying, I know, for those that really want to do the absolute best custom paint schemes with the exact correct number, but still, it's a nice feature to have so that you're not having a bunch of stuff going weird on there. And then we got to see all of this. We got a lot of different controls. So gameplay, career, driving, AI. So gameplay, that's just for a quick race and what I believe is championship mode. But then you got the career mode settings, which you can go in and edit directly in the settings, which is really nice. You also got driving, AI. So driving, that's all of your assists and whatnot. So driving style, so you can switch that up. And then AI, that's going to be that. Controls, advanced controls, display, audio credits. So we see all that. Keep going here. We've got our so driving. So draft effect, you can switch this up, which is nice. So yeah, like 80 for super speedways, that's pretty good. Then other tracks, you can switch that up. So obviously at like Michigan, you might want to move this a little bit further forward before you race it, because there is a good draft effect at Michigan and some other tracks, whereas there's not as much draft effect at others. So you can switch that around. So that's pretty cool. And then here you see all the AI. We got AI difficulty, skill range, stability, recovery skill, consistency, incident frequency. I want this much higher. Tire wear effect, fuel consumption, impact forces, AI cause, and practice. But yeah, definitely want that incident frequency. I want them wrecking. I want them to be wrecking themselves, because that is probably the only way that I will get to win. That's just my thing. So anyways, definitely switching that up. But yeah, cool to see that there's so much customization, so each individual player can really have the best experience that they want. They can have the hardest experience they want. They can have the funnest experience. They can have the easiest experience where they just destroy the field every single day. It's cool. It's definitely cool to have this much customization. And thanks to Jeff Favignona for putting this out, because a lot of cool stuff there. So a lot of cool stuff to look at. That's it for this video. Just wanted to talk about the different news and features that I had just recently heard about. Wanted to give you that information. And yeah, sounds like it should be pretty cool. Definitely looking forward to when it releases for PC, because as I said, $500+ to get a console to be able to then buy the game, that was not the thrill of my life. Gonna be getting it there in November, and we will see you guys with more videos about that. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Check out the merch shop, and we will see you guys here next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless.